Hey, good day, great day. Grand is rising to you. I just wanted to come on and say hello and let you know that every day can be a vacation for you. Now, this concept of a daily vacation was kind of strange to me until I came to Mexico. And even the locals say, what you mean? Every day's vacation for us. Every day we live lives. Look at this water. Look. Every day we live our lives, loving each other, caring for each other, smiling and being grateful to the divine for all that has been provided. It's not about money. It's not about the car that you drive, not even where you live. It's about living life and enjoying each and every moment of your existence and loving where you are, loving the earth, the air, the water, the fire, each other. I've learned a lot of lessons here. Things I've already knew on a deep on the inside, but sometimes in the States, it's not easy to practice more of these indigenous ways because of the environment. Sometimes the mentality of the people, the community, and other constrictions. Not saying that it's impossible, because I know everything's possible, but it's challenging. But when you come rather to a softer environment where those values and those principles are already ingrained in the culture and in the people, it's a lot easier to get up, put on your clothes, whatever you want to wear, get outside and get into the water, get into the sun and smile and live in a vacation mode every day. And I still have work to do. I still gotta work. I'm not retired yet. I'm not on not work mode yet, but that's okay. But I can work here, right? I can work in a place where the humanity is gentle, where people are kind and they speak to you and they want to embrace you. They want to know more about you and you're curious about them. You come over to their house, you're eating, you're playing with their children. It's a beautiful thing. If that's your lifestyle, that's the lifestyle for me. It's funny because I've had many visions of returning to this lifestyle. Even as a child, I already knew how I wanted to live. I already knew how I wanted to feel, even as a child. And now that I'm older in chronological years, but I'm still a child at heart, I am feeling more into this feeling and this creative idea I have of how I wanted to live my life. Peaceful, number one. Tranquil, feeling happy in my mind, my body and soul, feeling strong, living in nature, living in community, living amongst community. This is one of the things that was like my top desires. And now I have it. This is why I always say your creativity is so important, your imagination, because you got to conceive it in order for you to be able to manifest it, right? So a lot of times, there are a lot of things that go on around the world that take away our creativity, that take away our imagination, that take away our ability to dream for ourselves. And that's with intent. Because once that's taken away, you have nothing to look forward to, you have nothing to create. And then you're stuck in someone else's system. You're stuck doing things for someone else that doesn't serve your highest good, but you're doing it, don't know why you're doing it, why you can't do this, why you can't change that, because the imagination sometimes and the creativity that comes along with it is stolen. And so this is why I talk so much about getting back your divine power and your divine strength, because it's not just about getting things, not just about manifesting material things. It's about manifesting your highest self, where you're full of joy, you're full of peace, you're full of gratitude. And it doesn't matter what bills you got to pay. We're not talking about those things. We're not talking about the things that are of the lower realm. We're talking about spiritual and emotional, physical wellness and wholeness, right? This is why your imagination, your mind, your heart is very important. That's your currency. That is your currency. If your money ain't right, it's because something in your heart and your mind is misaligned with who you are and your highest self. If your money is chronically a problem, if your health chronically a problem, I want you to take a minute to go to my website, Soul Tribe Heals, and take my free class on mother wounds. Buenos dias. Everybody has them. Everybody has them. And you may love your mother. And many of us do. We love her. We adore our mother. But sometimes the stuff that's happened is quite painful. And we have to acknowledge that, because once we start to acknowledge it and bring it into awareness, that's when we start to heal and change within ourselves. But it also helps our mothers. It helps our children as well. Everything that we mother, everything that we care for, it helps. So it's important that we look at these things in our lives. So check it out, soultribeheals.com. All you got to do is get on our mailing list. And when you get on our mailing list, you'll have access to the video. Just some food for thought, because every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. So go ahead and do that for yourself. It's only an hour, not a lot of time. But anyway, I like to continue to remind you to put yourself first. Sometimes the hardest thing to do is to put ourselves first, but it takes just one step, then the next step, then the next step, then the next step, then the next step, and next thing you know, you're where you want to be. You're where you want to be, just one step at a time. This didn't happen overnight. I've documented my experiences here so you can see that healing and manifestation is not a linear process that goes like this. It goes like this, sometimes it stops, sometimes it goes, well, it feels like it stops, right? Energy is always in motion. But it's a process. And it still is a process, and it will always be a process. And once we embrace the concept of change, of things being processes rather, it becomes easier. Be easy with yourself. Be gentle. Be forgiving. Be kind with yourself. Be mindful of your self-talk, your self-speech. What are you saying to yourself? I can do this, or I can't do this. I'm beautiful. I'm not beautiful. I feel great. I don't feel good. Everything you say programs you. Everything you say about yourself programs you. Programs your children, programs your household, programs your job. If you're sick and tired of your job, you might start getting sick. Then you might start getting tired and you don't feel good. You can't do anything, including work. When you tell yourself in your mind, I'm sick and tired of this, I don't want this, whatever it is. So be mindful of your self-talk. Be mindful of the things that you say to yourself. It feels good to be alive, y'all. There was some times in my life I didn't even want to be alive. I'm not even going to lie to you. That this earth and this world is so, oh my God, like, why am I even here? And I would ask my people, why? Why would you send me to this old raggedy ass planet? Why? Ooh, I used to say that all the time. I don't want to be here. I don't belong here. And indeed, I do not. But as I start to work on myself, and I start to listen to my most elevated and involved ancestors and spirit guides, or sometimes in order to tap into those energies, you got to be quiet. Sometimes some energies will only come to you when you're in a certain vibration. So while they're always there, sometimes we're not there. And so we can't necessarily hear their communication because it's of a certain frequency, because they are of a certain vibration, if that makes any sense. So in sitting still much in Mexico, I've been able to tap into some of those frequencies and get some of those deeper messages that I've been longing for, and I knew they were there floating around the ether, but because of the noise of living in the States, the noise even of my own life, I wasn't able to access them. And it's funny because I access a lot of spirits. I access a lot of them, but there are certain ones I needed to get to, certain ones, and they've been so patient and so kind and so loving, as they always are. I can feel them while we're walking. And they're just so happy. And that some of you will be making transitions in your life that would allow you to get to a place of greater peace, get to a place of greater joy, where you're full, where you don't want for anything, where your mind is at peace. And it's possible. One thing in my family that runs in my family is mental health issues. A lot of people in my family are super sensitive. They just don't know it. They're super intuitive. They just don't know it. And so sometimes their intuitiveness and their sensitivities manifest in the form of mental illness, as they would say. But my perspective on mental illness is very different than other people's perspective on mental illness. My perspective is that sometimes people like us who are very sensitive, we know this shit ain't right. We know that this stuff ain't right. The way these energies, how they're operating, is out of alignment. And because we come with a sense of divine stronger awareness, I should say, of the sense of divine alignment within ourselves, sometimes it causes a rift. Sometimes it causes us to be pulled out of balance, especially when we have to learn how to manage our energy and manage living in this world. That be the key. A lot of us sensitive people don't know how to manage living in such a world of change, of extremes, of violence, of hate, because we're not of that vibration. So we have to sort of figure out how to live in this realm, and sometimes that can show up in what they call bipolar, what they call different psychotic situations and things, emotional disturbances, imbalances, etc., etc. This is my perspective, and also I see it as a call to get into our higher self, a call to get into more prayer, more maybe some deeper meditation, different kinds of meditation, different types of exercises, changing our diet to raise our vibration above the swing of that pendulum. That's what I've had to do. That's what I have to do. I had to raise my vibration above the swing of that pendulum in order to survive in this realm. That's why I work so hard on myself. That's the only way I know to thrive. Not survive, thrive. So, don't worry about it. No, there's no shame, there's no guilt, there's no anything behind mental health, mental illnesses, because it's definitely a reaction to the imbalances of this world, and also an action to rebalance the world as we rebalance ourselves. If that makes any sense. I hope so. I'm so grateful for you all. Good morning. I'm so grateful for you all. It's been a journey, and I encourage you to continue to put one foot in front of the other, to take a step each and every day. Remind yourself who you are, and if you can't think of something to remind yourself of divine, get online, get on Soul Tribe Heals, get on our YouTube channel, watch some of our videos to inspire you, to motivate you, to remind you of who you are and what we've come here to do and what you come here not to do. That's another thing, not to do. It's important that you know who you are. It's important that you are aware of your energy, and that you're not flesh and blood alone, that you are many different things. Buenos dias. You are many different things, many different energies. You are your ancestors are you. You're existing right now in this moment, but you're also existing in other realms and other dimensions at this time. You're not just physical. You're more non-physical than anything. Tap into the spirit side of you. Tap into the divine side of you. Tap into the knowing of who you are. Don't be afraid on what the world is saying. It's all a distraction. It's all a distraction. It's not real. Only thing is real is what you believe to be real. Only thing is real is what you believe to be real. But all the other stuff, the foolishness, the chaos, you don't have to tune into the frequency of that. And when you decide to change that, your world will start to change. It may not feel comfortable at first. It may feel weird. But when you start to change your thinking and how you feel, everything else will start to, this is the magic. This is the magic. This is the magic. When you start to feel into yourself, feel into the wisdom of your ancestors. Spend time in nature. Spend time amongst good people with great friends. It will change your life. It will change your life. I love you, Sistah Yaya here. Don't forget to go online and like us on Facebook, Soul Tribe Heals, Instagram. Love you, Instagram. Love you, Facebook. Love you, YouTube. Email us if you have any questions at info@soultribeheals.com. Again, get on our website so you can get that masterclass on getting those mother wounds cleared up. Because whether you think you got them or you not got them, everybody got some, on one way or another, right? And we just want to send love and light to that energy so we can move forward with more love, grace, and ease. I love you. I really do. Remember, your best life is right now. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.